Hello Year 10s, this is your second skills video looking at using sources in a paragraph. Now just a quick reminder on what you need to do. In a paragraph, you need to make sure that you have a topic sentence. It clearly states the point of your paragraph. That point is your brief answer to the paragraph question. Down below, when we go on to the next page, you'll see that highlighted in yellow. You're looking to write a peel paragraph. Your point, which is the topic sentence, evidence from the sources, which can be a direct quote, paraphrasing a quote, or describing something in visual evidence. And the biggest thing that you have to remember to do is explain how the evidence supports your argument. And then at the end, link back to your topic sentence. Okie doke. Now, when I was away last lesson, you looked at some sources on a handout. Those sources, 2 to 5, were used to write this example paragraph. The bit in yellow is the topic sentence. Okay? It's describing the ways in which people were treated unfairly prior to 1965. Okay, so it's giving some background, the time, since the arrival of the First Fleet. Now, they have struggled for rights and freedoms and been treated unfairly. And in here, this section is the point that you are making because of the racist views of white Australia. This goes straight in to use the first source. Just because you have 4 sources, you don't have to use them all. Just use the bits that best support your point of view. So, first one is using source 2, which was the petition to King George V in 1933. So this is explaining what the source is. Don't assume that your reader has a copy of the source in front of them. You have to tell us what it is. This is using a quote from part of the source. And because it's longer than 3 lines, it's indented and in italics. If you are handwriting, you just indent it. What's more important is then explaining how this source helps to support the point. You can use key words such as shows, Aboriginal perspective, and supports. So let's break this down. This shows how the Aboriginal people were unfairly treated. That links back to your topic sentence. How does it show it? Because they were petitioning the King of England to be adequately cared for and to prevent the extinction of their race. Now, it's saying that it's from an Aboriginal perspective because, people might think, it's the Aboriginal people talking. Maybe this isn't quite unbiased. But you can say that it clearly supports the fact that they suffered or were killed due to poor conditions. This bit, let's move this down a little. Aboriginal people were proactively requesting, links back to they were struggling for rights and freedoms. And those words are used in the text as well. A second set of evidence is used to support this. This is further supported by source 3. Again, telling us what the source is, and what it describes. He states, just note the setting out here, it's only short, so it just needs to be in inverted commas. Here's the direct quote that is most important to help support the point. Now it's going on to say this white political perspective up here supports the opinion that Aboriginal people had limited rights, that's a way of being treated unfairly, prior to 1965. It goes on to expand on how they were treated unfairly, using words like restrictions. Now you'll notice that not all this information, this evidence comes from the sources. There's some general information there as well. And the sources are used to back up both the general information and the opinion. This last bit is the conclusion, the link. It's linking back that for Indigenous Australians, this had a devastating impact on their lives. Well, that's unfair. It's another way of saying it is unfair. They faced a difficult struggle when faced with the racist views of white Australians, which links back to the topic sentence. In your own time, read through the paragraph in detail and see how it all links together. And then when you're writing your paragraph in class this week, have this in front of you to use as an example.